She's the little girl born with bubble baby disease. Bronte was facing a life in lockdown, so her parents made the risky decision to take Bronte across the world for a groundbreaking new treatment.
We're going to London, yes. We're on our way to get you all better.
A long, anxious journey and a big roll of the dice for a precious baby girl and her mum.
Smiling, Mama. This is the video Mummy doesn't want to take. That's the moment you're having your chemo.
From their biggest tests and little triumphs.
You're sitting up all by yourself now for 28 weeks.
To the happy homecoming and long-awaited hugs. Tonight we follow this extraordinary mission to save Bronte's life. When we first met Bronte Hamilton over the fence of her Newcastle home, she was only 4 months old, living in total isolation with mum Emma, dad Jake, brother Caius and sister Willow. Hi guys, how are you all today?
Sorry about the distance. Yeah, this is our little world.
Locking down was the only way to keep Bronte safe. She was born with severe combined immunodeficiency, commonly known as SCID or bubble baby disease. How did doctors explain it to you at the time?
So at the time, they told us that Bronte basically has no immune system. She has no B cells or T cells to fight off any form of infection. And as something as a simple little cold or gastro could end up being life-threatening to Bronte and we could lose her.
It's rare, and most babies born with SCID don't live beyond 2 years of age, a devastating prognosis. But that could all change thanks to a groundbreaking new approach to gene therapy led by Professor Claire Booth in London.
We reported that we've treated 50 patients and all of those patients are alive and well, and over 95% of them have a corrected immune system now, meaning that they can stop treatments that they were on, they can go to school or nursery, they can have a pet, they can just kind of do all the things that a child would want to do.
This new treatment offered Emma a big ray of hope, but she and Bronte would need to leave the safety of their bubble to travel across the globe. So on the 14th of September, they packed up and said their goodbyes. Jake stayed behind with Willow and Caius, who adores his baby sister.
I have tried to explain we're going away and he gets a bit upset and says no, but I don't think he understood how long we were going for.
With some help from Qantas and airport staff, they were offered safe passage through the bustling Sydney airport before boarding the plane, Bronte clinging safely to her mum's chest for almost the entire journey. The Great Ormond Street Hospital in London was their final destination, and the next 4 months would prove a huge test for both of them.
Our first admission was 10 days, so Bronte just had to get a workup. So she had lots of blood tests, multiple injections every single day to boost her bone marrow.
The next step was to remove Bronte's stem cells and alter them outside of the body. She would then need to undergo chemotherapy to give her immune system a clean slate. Then the corrected cells would be reinfused into her body, providing the building blocks for a functioning immune system. But not everything went to plan.
We're about to start chemo and gene therapy and she caught a virus somehow. So everything was put on a delay and they asked us if we could leave and I said I had nowhere to go.
So this tiny hospital room became their home for almost 7 weeks over Christmas.
She wasn't allowed to step foot out of the door for 6.5 weeks.
Wow. And you were in there for 6.5 weeks?
Yeah, I was with her. I think I got out 3 times in 6 weeks for about 15 minutes.
How did you cope in that time?
Oh, it was difficult. We just played on a yoga mat. That was the size of the little space that we had. And we did a lot of video calling back home. So I spoke to Jake and the kids of a morning and of a night.
That's the moment you're having your chemo. It's not a nice thing for anyone to go through.
Emma is an ICU nurse, but nothing could have prepared her for watching her own baby girl undergo chemotherapy.
That was pretty upsetting as a mum. So it was just 2 nights of 3.5-hour infusion of chemo. After about a few days, she started to feel sick. wasn't eating, irritable, crying, miserable. The hair, yes, she lost her hair, but in the grand scheme of things, at least it didn't hurt her.
But then came what's known as New Life Day on December 1st. After months of injections, tests and treatments, Bronte's corrected stem cells were returned to her.
Well done. Good girl. It was just 10 minutes, an infusion, just a big syringe, and it had the special stem cells in the syringe, and her nurse just hooked it up to her central line in her back. Yeah, that was it. It was over within 15 minutes.
What did it mean to you, Emma, to see those cells going in?
It's a huge milestone. That's a day that we'll celebrate the sort of second chance at life.
Hey, what's outside?
With the biggest hurdles behind them, Emma and Bronte were free to enjoy a rare hit of fresh air and freedom. This was just a few days before they were due to fly home, and Mum was growing desperate to see Jake and the kids.
I miss them terribly, and it's been a long time apart. They say that Mummy and Bronte are away in London to make her better. Now the countdown's on for us to come home.
6 a.m. at Sydney Airport on January 16. The welcoming party was a little bleary-eyed, but they wouldn't be anywhere else. It's been a long wait for everyone, huh?
Yeah, it's been a big 4 months, big wild ride that I'm happy to get off.
Yeah, I bet. Bronte once again tucked safely into Mum's chest, and Caius at the front of the queue for a cuddle.
Give her a kiss. You haven't seen her for a long time, have you?
When we drop by their Newcastle home the following week, we still need to be careful, sitting down to chat inside the open garage for ventilation. Emma, how does it feel to be home?
Oh, it's awesome. It's so nice to be home together as a family, and to see the kids, and to see Bronte with her brother and sister, and Jake. He's missed a lot.
For now, Bronte is back in isolation, taking 11 medications a day as they wait for the early signs of a building immune system.
We still need to just get through that first 3 months and protect her as much as we can.
But the early indicators are positive that Bronte can defy the odds and live a long, healthy life.
Hopefully we'll know around 3 months whether she's started to develop an immune system to show some T cells. Over time they'll gradually increase with the hope that things looking good in about a year's time.
Or maybe in a year's time I can come and give her a cuddle finally, hey?
You'll have to wait in line. There's a lot of people on that list.
What a remarkable family, enduring so much. So, how is little Bronte doing now? Well, her mum has sent us this. Here is Bronte taking her very first steps. Look at her go, the TV remote in hand, hopefully watching a current affair. And Bronte is now getting blood tests every week, and in the next few weeks the family should know if the treatment is working. Fingers and toes crossed.